slash all the pieces. You know, it's funny you say that, actually. It's funny you say that. Because in my Discord yesterday, this got posted. And it was like, this is going to be Sajam's plan for the event, right? And I was like, what is this image? So, like, I pulled it up and I was like, well, you know, this is my plan of attack. I've got one plan and one plan alone. You think you can stop me? I'm finna show up, punch everybody to f***ing death.
By the way, working from home, so, you know, business up top, party down low, right? I'm wearing gym shorts here. Full disclosure. This is Connor, the guy with the... Is it fair to say you have the sexiest voice in anime? Mm-hmm.
Stalemate.
Come on.
There's 8 billion mates here. And
Oh my god! Let's go! No way! Thank you! Thank you, Chess. Jesus. Wait, what? A draw?
I don't know.
I haven't. Yes, I have. Oh, I f***ed up. Oh.
Good game gone. I can't believe Gant nearly threw at the end. That king move. I'm pretty sure my blind grandma wouldn't make that king move. Gant, what was that move?
I don't need shady tactics. I don't need underhanded ploys. What I need is the loyalty to my lineage, to the people who brought me from the ground up, who believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. JT, today, I'm making you proud. It seems I've made a grave error in judgment.
I really want to see what Ollie's thinking here and what she's calculating. I hope that she sees the check, but let's see.
Can I just call out Connor right now? Because I know he's watching. I know he's watching. He's
definitely watching.
He titled his stream "Watching Ollie Play Chess." What about me, dude? I thought we were friends. I've slept on your floor, man.
He's all flustered.
And that was week 1, and now we are in week 2. This is actually the last day of Tournament Arc 2. I am so sad to see it end, but I'm also so stoked to see how it ends. JT, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, man. Do you feel the same way as I do right now?
I'm so in my feelings right now. Yeah, like, why does today have to be the last day? Why can't it just exist? Why can't we just do it forever? But there has to be a winner, right? And I'm so perplexed. I don't know what I want to win, because yesterday it had me in my, for lack of a better term, in my back. I was so emotional. I was like, Rustage, you lost, but then you're gonna win. And I'm like, Esam, I love you. You're the best Pikachu. I don't. And then they're gonna face off, and I'm just like, oh no. And then Gigguk, he was like kind of being a villain, and during his game, he's like, should I make him suffer? Should I make him suffer?
Comes
like,
out with the stubble, just got out of bed, gotta delay the match to go to the bathroom. Like, that's some villain behavior. I don't know, guys. Who is the protagonist? We are gonna find out today, because we have 2 matches. The redemption final between Esam and Rustage. Both players have had to crawl their way and claw their way back, and one of them will move on to face Gigguk for the championship in the grand final. Both of these matches happen today. So we actually take a break after the redemption final, and then we do the thing. We finish this thing out. We take it home. The cows come home. The chickens come to roost. Okay, I'm done with those. All right, so man, this has been a long road, and we've already got a 4th place winner in Dog VA after he unfortunately fell to Esam in the match yesterday. Esam and Rustage are now going to play not only for the position in the grand final, but also 3rd place for whoever loses this match. And everybody's going to go home with some cash money. First place, the winner of Tournament Arc 2 is going to get $4 grand. That's not bad for a couple weekends of chess. Second place, $2,500. Third place, $1,500 going to either Esam or Rustage here in this first match. Dog VA walks out of here with $800, and our other players $300 a piece. So everybody gets something. The format of the tournament, it's hard to believe this is the last time I'm going to read this card. We just talked about the bracket, but let's talk about the games. 10 minutes on each player's clock. They will also get a 5 seconds added to their clock after every move. And they're going to play a best of 3 match. So first to 2 points wins their pairing. If they tie after 3 games, they will go into a tiebreaker, which is only 3 minutes on the clock and no increment per move. So they got to move quickly. What else is there to say? I mean, maybe we could talk about the players. Esam, represented by Panda Esports Organization. He is the #1 Pikachu in Smash Ultimate for the last 11 years. And definitely one of the strongest players in the tournament. Maybe even the most prepared, having played on Chess.com as a premium member for over a year before being invited to the event. He is going to face Rustage, who returns from Tournament Arc 1. He does some amazing content on YouTube. You definitely need to go on YouTube, find Rustage. If you're a fan of anime and rap, he brings both of those things together. And the dude has got, man, he's got lyrics. Like, seriously, good stuff. And the winner between their match will face Gigguk in the grand final. Gigguk has been like just a big presence in anime and otaku content on YouTube for years now, and is a co-host of the Trash Taste podcast. I think they just crossed 1 million subscribers just in the last few. They finished also, I believe, their 50th episode. Make sure you check out Trash Taste on YouTube. And now we've introduced the players. I want to actually take this opportunity. It feels wrong, but it feels justified in a way, to shamelessly plug ourselves, JT. We want people to know that we both also have YouTube channels that they should check out, right? It's fair. I think it's fair.
Okay, you start.
Me? No, you. Okay, fine, I'll go first. So if you are interested in learning how to stream, whether it's chess or anything else, you can check out my channel on YouTube, youtube.com/RNHawaii. And you'll find tutorials teaching you how to start streaming. And if you already stream, how to make it even more awesome. I also talk a little bit about the climate of streaming and content creation in terms of whether or not it's viable as a way to make some extra income. And that's it. That's me. JT, your turn. Tell us what you do.
I mostly post educational chess content. And so the lessons that you saw me do on stream with some of the content creators, I posted them on YouTube as well as other lessons. So yeah, that's what I do. Nothing too special, but I think it's very informative for those who want to get into chess and want to get stronger quickly.
Yeah, I would say JT is probably like one of the best coaches that I have just watched and seen do his thing live on Twitch and also on YouTube. So go check us out, and we will be right back because in about 4 minutes, the games will start. Rustage versus Esam for a spot in the grand final. We'll see you guys in just a sec. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Small delay. There's a small delay. Well, before I inevitably lose this game, I just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting me, and thank you to Connor for having me on and inviting me again to this thing. It has been a lot of fun, even though I know that I've really struggled these last few games and stuff. I'm gonna just try my best to not blunder and just play like a solid game. And then after this is over, I can get back to work, because I've really fallen behind on work, because I've been spending a lot of effort just trying to do semi-decently in this thing. But yeah, I know I wasn't like a favorite to win a lot of my games and stuff, obviously, but I appreciate the support that people have given me over the course of these, and I just think everyone's been really nice and supportive, and it's been good. It's been great, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I'll play slower. I think I'd rather just lose on time but play a solid game than just like blunder a bunch because I'm stressing out. But yeah. Also, happy birthday, Connor. I don't even know if I'm on the stream right now. But happy birthday, Connor, if he's listening. Oh, so I'm releasing an album soon. I think Esam said he was doing puzzles right up to this. I should just be doing puzzles right now. Maybe that's the strategy. You just got to puzzle away. I feel like puzzles don't train me quite, like, because in a puzzle you know there's a set solution, but when you're playing a game of chess, every move you don't actually know if there's a set solution to the move that you're the thing, right? So I feel like I don't know if it's actually really helpful for me.
All right, the time is here, dude. It's Rustage versus Esam, probably going to start in like 30 seconds or so. But yeah, in some cases, I would say that the stakes are higher here than maybe even in the grand final, because I don't know. It just that feels accurate to me, because one of these guys goes home with the third place prize and the other one gets an opportunity. You know?
Right. It's a chance at that. Not only the prize money, but also the title. Saying, hey, I won Tournament Arc 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe for Esam, the stakes are even higher, because if he won Tournament Arc, he would have done it having faced more opponents and beaten them than anyone else to get there. So, anywho, games are underway, and wow, they're blitzing out moves really fast. I feel like they both... I don't know that we would see this unless they both prepared for today.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think they definitely both prepared something, because I know Rustage prepares for his opponents. And Esam is playing the same system that he was playing in the previous game, so I'm wondering what's happening here. I would love to look into Esam and see what he's thinking.
Yeah, and maybe he thinks, why not, right? It's been working so far. Why change it?
Mm-hmm.
Patented Esam music and beatboxing.
Oh.
Ooh, that did not work out for him.
Yeah.
I didn't notice he had an extra defender.
Oh, wow. This is brutal.
It's playing a little bit too fast here.
Holy moly.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out how to work himself out of a tough situation. And let's see. Oh, Rustage actually gives him the opportunity to correct it. But man, I don't know that I would have expected this. I wouldn't have expected Esam to make a mistake like that so early in the game. And Rustage, like, dude, he's doing his thing. I wonder if it's prep or if it's just patience.
You know what I think is happening? I think Rustage prepared, and I think Esam is just saying, "Hey, I'm already in my match with Gigguk. Get me there, right?" And he's not taking he's not taking the tournament one game at a time like you should, right? You have to focus on every single game instead of thinking about the whole game and the whole tournament. You got to say, "I'm playing this one game, and I have to do my best in this one game first before I can think about anything else." Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's maybe not giving the same respect that he was giving to Gigguk, because here he's just playing fast and he made a blunder extremely quickly. Now, luckily, Rustage didn't take full advantage of that blunder, but Esam is such a strong player that he shouldn't be making these blunders right out of the opening. I would love to listen in to Rustage and see what's happening, what's going on through his brain, because maybe this is part of his set play and what he wants to do.
That actually. Okay. Should I develop my knight? I could do this still. He takes there. I put my queen there. I'm threatening this, or threatening a bunch of stuff here. I could also push the pawn up as well to protect the bishop and kind of solidify its position. Is there any issues with that? Is this queen threatening anything new? I think that's an okay move.
I think maybe just okay. I actually like the trade of the bishops better. What do you think?
Yeah, I like bishop h6, and bishop h6 is like the normal plan in these kind of openings. Even now, just bishop h6, right?
Ooh.
And the idea could be like f3 and g4 at some point to try to break open this king side and moving this rook over.
Yeah, and the difference now is that since Esam has pushed the pawn, the queen could take that bishop with kind of like infiltration. Now the queen is in your house, even scarier for Esam than before. So maybe Rustage delaying this plan and reacting after h5 makes this stronger than it was earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit earlier it was more effective because the idea would be that the queen is on h6, right? And the pawn's here, and then we can push h5. So when we take with this pawn, this rook will be helping the queen. Right. And that's a common idea in these kind of fianchetto openings. And by the way, fianchetto just means like the structure, the pawns like this, and the bishop on this square.
Yeah, whereas now, based on what you were saying, you have to make multiple moves to then capitalize. You know, you gotta, like you said, push f3, g4, trade some stuff, and like it takes a little bit longer.
Well, here actually, I think Esam made a slight error because we can do that much faster now with bishop captures, king captures, and then F4 and then
F4.
F5 right after.
Wow, look at that. That is spicy. And let's see, Esam measuring how this is going to work out for him. He's actually looking at some different stuff.
To try to kick it out and then lose one.
Oh, interesting. Esam was actually looking at the queen pinning the knight on d4 after the bishop's trade, but I don't know if that's really what he's going to have to worry about.
And go here. Sends this to this. Okay, win a pawn. Also takes. Takes. I like this because it defends this bishop, but like he kind of has to take here.
He's completely right about that. He's kind of forced to take to keep the advantage.
Yeah, and I want to see how Rustage battles with this decision now.
Move this to support it. Or I could just threaten his queen in this move. Or I could retreat my bishop here. There's a way I can trap his sneaky boy.
Oh man, I'm worried Rustage is losing the plot here.
Because I think he's done that move because now I can't push the F pawn up to threaten him. I think I might because if I do this, it moves that out of the way so I can actually put the rook there. Because he's got to deal with this first. And then I could put the rook here to protect this pawn. So he won't have that move anymore. Which is what he's trying to do on me.
Wow, this could win a pawn
now
and
I've
a
got to think
piece.
about what his next move is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Oh.
Queen trade. But I did say, if there was a queen trade, I would do it. Because then I can't blunder my queen. But what are the consequences of this? If I take this and he takes there, I do get to take the bishop. And then he can't actually do the... I'm going to queen trade.
Unfortunately,
because even if he does this
piece.
now...
Yes, he is now down a piece. The rook will take the bishop. But I kind of like that at least rook taking on d2 defends the fork of knight takes f2.
Mm-hmm.
But Rustage definitely didn't realize that at the end of that line, he was going to lose that bishop. And that's ultimately, I think, the consequence of not taking the bishop early on. I mean, that was kind of the plan of sending the bishop over there in the first place, to trade them. And you have to remember your plans. Like, you can't forget. If you say, if they do that, I will do this, then when the time comes, I mean, unless something is significantly changed about the position, you should do what you set out to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's exactly true. A lot of people forget their plans. They're like, oh, but now this move's available. Remember why you played that move originally? Just go ahead. I'll try to follow your plan if possible. Obviously, if there's checkmate, don't follow your plan and checkmate them. But you should see that in your calculation as well.
Yeah.
But here, it's really interesting. I mean, these two pieces are not out yet, and I would suggest maybe something like knight g5 and maybe like f3. You know, trying to get this bishop, maybe a knight, trying to get the knight to d5.
Okay, there it goes.
Right. I should just call out more moves, right?
The prophet.
The
2.0.
prophet, exactly.
I don't know if Danya will let you have that nickname, but I'm giving it to you at least for now.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and that's a good move too. I like that. Knight e5, which threatens knight f6, check, taking the rook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And also threatening maybe c7 as well. So it depends on where this bishop goes, because we could have a situation where something like this happens, and then knight a6 to defend it, and then f3. Well, here I would 100% take.
Yeah, because then you definitely get the square for your knight.
Oh yeah.
And and that's scary. After f3, where does your knight go?
Has to go to h6, right? The idea here would be to play takes, rook takes back after the knight takes, and then knight d5 is a really strong square. And the idea is you can't take on e4 with the rook in that line, because then we have f3 working the pieces.
Right. And also, let's say you try to kick the knight with c6. Well, then knight c7, you get the rook in the corner.
Right. Exactly.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lots of potential in this position for both players. Let's listen into Esam and see how he feels about the scenario.
In which case, then I'm activating my rook. Like, activating it. He still doesn't really have a way in. Like, this is good, I guess, but, like, it's not great. This is always in fear of hanging. I mean, unless he wants to push it, in which case I just, like, have offensive pressure. And I can, like, move it around, support this bishop. Should really move my knight and any of these pawns. Oh, no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. How do I undo that? I guess it was diagonal, so nothing would have been possible there, but I didn't mean to breathe.
And again, might be a situation where Rustage forgets what the plan was. You went there for a reason, to take the bishop, probably.
Right. Oh, he's looking at that move, and I'm not liking that move at all. Let's see if he plays it. Does he play it? He does.
Wow, what is going on? Both of these...
More important squares.
And so now the easiest idea that I see on the board would honestly be just to play knight b5 immediately and say, hey, I'm threatening this, I'm threatening this. What are you actually doing? Right? That's a free pawn. And we might be getting back into this, right? It's 7 pawns versus 7 pawns. So maybe we get a pawn for a piece and maybe can hold a draw. Especially since this rook can get active so quickly.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Also,
Yeah.
look at the difference on the clock. Rustage has 2.5 minutes to Esam's 6. And maybe that's part of it too. Sticking to your plan might have made you move faster. And now, because you back out of those plans, you have to form new plans. And that takes time. Let's listen in.
As well as threatening that square. And he can only really defend either one of those with the rook. So he kind of has to decide which one he wants to defend. Alternatively, he does have a knight move. Alternatively, he does have a knight move, he says. That's still good though. No, it's not. He just takes with the knight. Damn. The hanging pawn looks like it might be my only move here. And at least it creates a threat, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, but he
and
took
it's
with the
defended by
rook.
the knight too.
Well, I agree. I like the rook take as well. It's nice. Nice.
Oh, but it undefends this pawn.
But it undefends that pawn.
Silly
but
Rustage.
We might be
Silly
able.
boy. What a silly boy I am.
We might be able to do something
undefending
here.
pawns by taking my opponent's pawns. He's just going to make this move now.
Oh my gosh.
What a silly little fella I am. What a silly little goofy guy. What a silly little fella. That's an almost guaranteed move, I feel. Yeah. Well, I've got to move the rook. That's bad because of that. I just can't do that. It's just a pawn for a pawn. It was a pawn trade. You know how things be in this business. Probably just Ooh, actually, hold up. There's that move. So I might actually do this.
Nice.
Prevent that.
Yes, perfect. And
So-
the reason I said it's not that bad
Because if I did
is
that-
because, I'm probably going to say the idea right now, right? So like the idea is all of our pieces are actually working. Oh my, there's a free piece here.
He just dropped the bishop.
a
Esam
free
just
piece here.
dropped a piece.
Let's see if Esam realizes that he just dropped a piece.
He can't defend it. Oh, I just blundered a piece. Whoops. That's not fun.
Okay, but look, Rustage has to move quickly but safely, and yikes, maybe
He blundered the piece.
spoke
right
too
back.
late. Oh
Yeah.
no.
King of 7 wins a rook right back. Unfortunately, wins a rook right back. I think the only move here is to maybe play something like rook f1 and hoping that they move somewhere like here, and then we can have this check. That's what we're hopeful for, and maybe at least it's not a rook.
Yeah.
But you have to see that sequence first, and that's a hard sequence to see, especially when you have 35 seconds on the clock.
I'll do a little bit. I
So
can do that, but he
let's
takes there.
tune in.
Oh, this might be trapped. This might be a trapped fella. That's a really good king move. Is there a way I can threaten something else of his? Maybe if I move
Under 10 seconds almost. It's getting there. Rustage is gonna have to realize this
I'm
before
running out of
game
time.
2.
I don't think I was gonna win this game anyway. I'm gonna take that, just even though he's gonna get something out of it, you know. Check him there.
Yep, and now these trades are not good for him.
Running out of time. I did actually misclick, but it's not tragic. It's not like it was a big blunder or anything. I could have just done that. I don't know why I didn't just do that. That's a stupid move. I mean, I'm out of time. I can't really think about my moves anymore.
Drops another piece, and
Is there I wonder if there's a way I can stalemate this though still.
Love the way he's thinking. Yes. Always go for the stalemates.
Yeah. There might be a way I can still stalemate this. If I like
and Esam is gobbling pawns.
I'm just moving pieces randomly. Oh, I actually got quite a lot of time back from moving my pieces randomly like that. Oh, sneaky. Yeah, that was actually a misclick with my knight. I actually don't know if that was a move that like meant I lost. But ooh, hold up. I now have a little run.
Whoa.
Here. He's gonna get queen before me, but I'm still gonna get a queen.
No, you
Oh no,
won't.
I'm not, because he's just gonna take it.
Now, if you don't want to stalemate, you got to remember your ABCs. Always be checking.
Did you make that one up?
Just now.
I'm just being very, very
That's a good
careful.
one.
All right, that's going to
Not
do it.
just-
Pretty simple pattern.
That's gonna do it. Yeah.
Get your ladder checkmate.
And there were a lot of opportunities to come back for Rustage. He just has to, calm down. I think there's a lot of tournament jitters and nerves and stuff like that. And honestly, Esam just played well. I mean, I think Esam needs to slow a bit down as well, because there were opportunities that he could take to just seal the deal much faster. But overall, a good sense of where the pieces go, and I think high accuracy as well.
Yeah, for such a sharp game, that actually was really high quality from both players. And I'm especially impressed with the way that Rustage played that game. Despite the loss, that was pretty good. I think with better time management, that might have gone a different way, and Rustage had clear advantages in a few moments, which means that Esam is not indestructible. So we are going to go on a break, and when we come back, we will have game 2. And yeah, we're about to find out if we're going to have a game 3 or a game 4, 5, 6, 7, please. All right, we'll be right back.
All right. All right, take care, guys. See you soon.
So good. I loved that move. Best move is probably just go like there. Oh, it wants to take, I guess. But, yeah. And then this, he tried to tactics me. But I went up a piece because of it. Yeah, I just completely forgot that I was protecting that. And I obviously didn't mate him the most efficiently. But I was just like, I'm not messing with any. What's the mate in 1? Mate in 2. I mean, I guess it's like this. And then it's remote, and what's the mate? Oh, this? No. Oh, it's this. Either way, I was scared. I was just scared. So I was like, fuck it. Like, we play super simple, we back up, I'm scared, I'm just gonna do the ladder. I don't want to stalemate by accident. I had plenty of time, but I was just like, I know how to, I know that that's good enough. Okay, finding that king move was watching the incoming streak. I stressed you. Yes, it's stressful. Quantero will guide me, though. fuck do I edit a chess video? I have no idea how. Like, I want to make this a YouTube video because I'm proud of how I'm doing and how I'm playing overall, but I have zero clue how to edit this. Like, oh, let me do predictions for game 2.
All right. Speaking of predictions, I'm going to predict what I think both players need to do, and you tell me if I'm off base here or if I'm missing something. So I feel like Rustage needs to speed up, and Esam maybe needs to slow down, because he also had a lot of time on his clock towards the end of that game. And maybe I'll annotate a little bit by saying also Rustage needs to trust his instincts and stick with his plans, because they were good plans.
There's one more thing that Esam needs to do, and he needs to DM me the link for that song. It's so good. I really need that in my playlist. I'm just like cat jamming in the background. I'm just like, yes, this is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen and heard and just witnessed in my life. And so I need it. Esam, well, you'll probably see it in the recap. I need the song. Thank you.
Yeah, I can get with that. I can get with that. We'll ask him in the interview where he gets his music. But
sounds good.
We got a game in between that and that. So here comes the game. Esam with the white pieces now. And let's see if both players play as quickly in the opening as they did in that other game. And look at this. C6, D5. I think this was also something that Rustage prepared. It looks familiar to me.
This is actually what Sea-Dog was playing. So one of the things that I went over with Sea-Dog is how to play the Caro Kann and how to play the Caro Kann effectively, which is why I think in the opening he got a lot of great positions.
Oh, and look at this. Queen trade. Esam can't castle now, having moved the king. This is...
Wait, this is a victory.
Pretty good for Rustage.
Rustage is winning this. He cannot blunder his queen anymore. Rustage is in the lead, guys. Rustage has done it.
I mean, that was his strat in the first game, too. I like it. Man, look at the quality of these moves by Rustage. This is great. I want to see where he's going with this.
That's fair. I think I'll just leave it here, though, because it's not immediately being threatened. Move this here. Because actually, I can still make this move. Okay. I got to be careful here. I don't want to get trapped. But I'll still move back.
Okay.
Going here is fine. I'll just move the pawn up here if he moves down. So I have a little space for my bishop.
And he has to realize he's actually added another attacker.
I just feel like then if he...
So the pawn in the center as well.
Now, this feels like a bad move for some reason. And I wonder why that is. Because I can just move with the... It opens up that. I don't think that's good. Move this away. And he's just going to take... A move here. That's not a too bad developing move as well. Centralize it.
As you said, he has good instincts. He knows
my knight.
He knows where pieces belong. This is good. This is good chess so far.
Yeah, I mean, there was a potential threat there if you place the knight on e4 and Esam didn't take. Knight takes f2 would be a fork of the king and the rook. But I also like this too. I think he realizes that the trade on d5 is not bad for him, positionally.
Right. Right. And then there's another threat here. Well, after obviously the recapture, this pawn is extremely weak. There goes a small check. And here, there are two ways to defend. Obviously, knight c6 here. Also, king over is just fine as well. But I think one of these two is a little bit better because the idea is if they take on g7, we take with the king, and our king is close to the center, and our rook is going to go on the c file if they don't notice this. And if they take with knight c6, well, then we just take here and play c5.
Yeah, and you've got some
in.
nice pawns in the center. Nice strong position to work from. Okay, let's see what Esam opts to do. Oh, look, he's putting pressure on the pin piece.
Win a pawn.
Gotta like that.
Mm-hmm.
PP on the PP. Put pressure on the pawn on the pinned piece.
Yes, sir.
Only castle.
That's the phrase. That's catchphrase.
The castling here is really bad in this direction.
That also means that Esam was listening to my lessons with Connor.
Okay.
But he does it anyway.
Wow, so JT, Esam thinks that that is a bad choice. Agree or disagree?
I agree. Honestly, I think King D7 might have been a tad bit stronger. Oh,
Whoa.
wait. There's a blunder on the board. There's a blunder on the board.
Whoa,
Look.
whoa. What just happened?
This is attacking here, but this is free.
Yes.
This is free 99, and it's also attacking here.
Yeah. So take the bishop. If you take the rook, I mean, it's 6 for 5, right? You're sacrificing two very active pieces for one very passive piece.
Mm-hmm. And then the next thing is that we're also attacking c2, the bishop.
Oh man.
f6. Okay, and now knight captures makes a lot of sense.
Now it's absolutely free for the taking. Wow, look at Rustage go, but does he see what he's got on the board?
I'm threatening this. Oh, he can just take the pawn. That's the problem. I see now.
Okay, his focus seems to be on kind of the wrong side of the board here.
To begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here the thing is, if he takes there, I'll just take here, and then I'm threatening that. So if I move, I should just move the rook. The rook going there defends the knight, which is good, and it's protected by the bishop.
Oh, I think he still kind of thinks that his king is that the knight is pinned, but he castled out of the pin.
Right.
Now if he takes there, I'll just take with this. I guess that undefends this for a second, but it's not immediately being attacked by anything, unless he does this move.
What is going on in this game?
What is going on here? What is going on here?
Is interesting. Because is this being defended by anything? What happens if I take there?
Oh my gosh. Esam actually made it easier to get the free piece.
Right. He's like, look, if you're not going to take the free piece that I gave you, I'm going to just hand it right to you.
Camera again.
Okay, and look. Now Rustage is doing good here, but look at the clock. Again, under time. 3 minutes less than Esam.
There's a lot of good moves here, but I think the best idea is just to trade down here, right? Like, take here. Let's say king takes a knight d4, threatening the fork. I don't see anything wrong with this.
Yeah. This is where you have to remember these ideas. If you are clearly winning, right? You have to count the material to make sure. But if you're up on material, you just have to automatically go into trade mode, I think, in this situation. And Rustage is slow rolling it instead, and that's not really going to work out.
you have to see one of these two moves. Takes, and you cannot take here. Okay, you either have to see takes and takes, or you just have to take on g5. One of these moves has to be played.
Oh my
Let's see
gosh.
what Esam thinks about this position.
Dude, sharp games. This is great. And Rustage takes.
Like, they have to deal with it, so they have to take right now. Back up there.
And there is a tactic here. I hope he finds it. He's looking at the bishop backing up, but there is a small tactic that wins another pawn here.
Okay, that move actually has to be pretty scary for Rustage, and I feel like I want to listen in to see how scary he thinks that might be. Feeling like his rook
That's a
got
really
trapped.
good move, actually. Because if I go here, he would just take. Here, obviously, he just takes, and here he just takes. But if I move, that's not good because he just takes there. But then at least I save the rook. But I might do this first because then it's a rook for rook. But he'll move. I'll do that. Threaten the other rook. He'll move that. There might be something there.
How about the
There's
bishop on
also,
c6?
I wonder if there's any other ideas because I do have my rook. I wonder if I can't obviously go to E, but
Yeah,
I put him into check, he takes. I could then move my rook back, and then I'm threatening his bishop. But he's just going to move the bishop. But I'd rather lose a bishop than lose a... I could still make both moves, actually. So I'm going to do that. Do this first. Because I take the pawn at least this way.
Yeah, but I think it's about order of operations, right? The move order matters here. And Rustage may have not used the best order.
Mm-hmm. Move order is definitely a thing here. And I mean, his line makes a little bit of sense. I mean, you're going to give back the piece, but at least you're still in the game. And, you get bishop to b7, and all we're going to do is maybe just king up, right? And obviously, we don't play here, right? That would be a disaster because of the discoveries that are possible in the position. Or just even rook here, and then we're threatening some really, really nasty ideas.
Yeah, this is becoming awkward and dangerous for Rustage now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what is going on? You could have at least had the bishop for the rook that was lost, right? And that's kind of the thing. If you know that material is gone, then you kind of have to ask, is there anything I can get for that, right? Is there any compensation for that situation? What is the most I can get out of a being in a bad spot?
Mm-hmm. What would be really cool is if Esam panics and plays rook e3 to try to threaten the bishop while getting out, and then he plays e4 and then he's able to get out. Okay. This is a very interesting spot here. This is very interesting because now we can actually do a really, really cute idea. You with me?
Wow.
That wasn't the cute
idea. That was not it.
That wasn't the cute idea.
That was so not it. Oh no, Rustage. Oh, no. Man.
The idea was just to play to rook f8 because you can't take here because we have check and we win the rook.
Yes. Oh boy. But Rustage, man, that is too deep. And I think Esam is in a situation where he's just probably talking about how to win this game.
Not a terrible move. Well, it is terrible because then I just take the rook. Like what? This is protected. There's nowhere to go.
He's finding it.
Okay.
Yeah, and with less than 3 minutes on the clock, this is just too tough, I think, for Rustage to come back from at this point. He'd have to find some way to make this really awkward.
Yep, it's never over till it's over.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to make this too awkward for Esam to easily convert.
Sure. And I can't actually protect here, because then you just take upwards. The thing is, actually, if I can just take out this, then I have a nice path with my pawn up here.
It's a nice thought, but usually you need that rook to be behind the pawn rather than in front of it.
Don't take it. Don't take it.
Oh, boy.
Oh! That was a blunder. I didn't see that. That was a blunder. Oh, well. That was definitely just a blunder. I tried really hard to not do any actual blunders during this game, but that 100% was just a blunder. I just blundered my rook. But it's okay. It's okay, man. There we go.
Grand finals blunders.
Okay.
Yeah, blunders. Yeah, I had a couple blunders. Okay. Several. This is all fine. That was like, I started fucking this. Like, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Wow. That's it. Esam punches his ticket. He's going to the grand finals. But I have to say that this is probably the most composed version of Rustage that I have seen probably in either tournament arc. And I think the quality of his choices was improved simply by not letting his emotions push him into thinking that all was lost at any point.
This is quite the game for Rustage. I think this is like Rustage 2.0. Honestly, I think that he was playing much stronger moves. Although he was panicking on time, but he was playing great moves. And I think with a little bit of practice and refining of the skill, I think he's going to be a great player.
Yeah. Well, he does take home third place, which I think is pretty fantastic. To also mention the fact that he placed higher in Tournament Arc 2 than Connor. He's got to be happy about that.
Who's going to sleep on whose floor now?
I said it. Well, I know Connor is listening to me. Connor, I'm sorry. I had to go there. But look, that was great. And we are going to go to a break. And when we come back, we'll interview both players. And then we'll set up for the grand final. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Sorry, I had to go there.
Wait, what? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
That was great. And we are going to go to a break. And when we come back, we'll interview both players. And then we'll set up for the grand final. Don't go anywhere.
Shit.
We'll be right back. Sorry, I had to go there.
Wait, what? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
That was great.
Hold on, I'm gonna hear myself now. Wait, hold up.
Go to a break, and when we
Nice. Got ourselves a queen. Oh shit! No! That was a misclick. Oh god, on Chess.com stream too. This is embarrassing. Oh gosh. I was low on time anyway. It's fine. It's fine. Classic. All right. It's all right.
Your mic just blacked out for a second there. I wonder what's wrong. Okay. Seems to be a problem with the software. I really hope. Yeah, it seems to be a problem with the Go XLR software. Seems to be reheating out. You know what? I've just started the stream, but I'm going to restart my computer. Thank you very much for the subscription, man. Because I'm not going to be able to play around with this while playing in the tournament. So I'm going to restart my computer and hope that fixes everything. Okay. I'll see you guys back in a bit.
All right, we're here with the players. We got Esam and Rustage in here, and we wanted to actually review some moments from one or two of your games here before we just kind of dive in with some Q&A. So, JT,
Sure.
Maybe you could pull up a moment or two that we can take a look at from what was really some impressive chess.
Yeah, I really like the opening choice, taking immediately. And here, Rustage, I already thought that in my mind you won the game.
Did you think so? Because I traded queens. So
we traded queens, and you can't blunder it anymore. So I was like,
Exactly.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
Is it really why you did that?
I mean, I think it's a good move anyway because it means you can't castle anymore, and so it's like even though it's an equal piece thing, you can't castle anymore, so it's a slight advantage to me. But I also did it because then I'm not at risk of blundering my queen anymore. I could blunder other pieces, but that's not as stressful.
I think the only piece you blundered was at the end, like the very end.
Oh yeah, the very end. Yeah.
rook.
100%. That was definitely a blunder. But I think at that point it was like you were kind of winning at that point, and
I honestly I like the way you guys both played here. Like getting all your pieces out, attacking correctly. And here, I feel like you could have played bishop captures f3, and the idea is more of a strategical one. I know that bishops are usually better in the end game, right? But if you can play captures here, bishop captures, in some cases, this pawn is going to prevent this bishop from working. And also your pawns are preventing this bishop from working as well.
Yeah,
right?
Like if Rustage immediately, like after like he takes, I take, if he plays what, e5, then my pawn's just kind of there. I have to like move my bishop really awkwardly.
Right. And just the fact that like this, I was like, oh, okay, now it's kind of we want to trade because we know that this pawn is going to be in the way of our bishop. So now we would love to trade this bishop for this bishop.
Yeah.
And then like look 90, 95 for example. Okay. So G4 and the aggressive play, I like this. I love this game in particular because you guys barely made any mistakes in the opening.
Oh yeah. I think opening wise, I'm pretty confident. Because the way that I practice for these matches is I kind of run through all the scenarios in the openings and stuff. Because I know that like my brain can't work that fast for like analyzing board positions and being able to figure out what will work well, yada yada, especially on the time that we have. So I go through, like I looked at all of Esam's games and saw like what is his most common moves that he did at certain points of the match, and what is my best moves in those situations, and like I sort of semi-memorize a bunch of like different things like that. And so my openings generally I don't make mistakes in, even if I'm not doing anything crazy. I mean, I didn't expect him to move that pawn up, to be fair. That was
aggressive
of me.
That was super aggressive. He was in there. He was like, yeah, excuse me, let me see what you're gonna do with that knight. He was asking your knight where it's gonna go. And then after knight c6, knight d4, this is kind of scary. And I was wondering, like, you didn't play king d7 here like I thought you would. You were like,
because I always forget that my king is also an attacking piece, I guess.
Okay.
And
yeah, like outside of endgame, for sure.
Outside of endgame, so like I don't think about the fact that I could use my king to defend other pieces. I just worry about making my king more vulnerable for some sneaky checkmate I don't realize.
Got it. We listened into Esam here, and he said PP on the PP, and it made me extremely proud.
PP on
Yeah.
the PP.
Yes.
I was hoping you were watching then, because obviously I would just say like, oh yeah, I want to attack the pinned piece. But I was like, I remember you said this in commentary a couple times, I think, this tournament. And I was like, please be watching me. I can't tell because obviously I'm not going to open the chess.com stream because I don't want to hear the commentary and get coaching. But I was like, yes. And then immediately after the strategy, I blundered like 4 times because I was just like, this piece is hanging and he's just not taking it. Like once Rustage castled, you could have just taken the knight on d4 for like free because there's nothing defending it.
I sometimes focus so much on my making sure I don't have anything hanging in pieces. You're right, it was just hanging at that point.
Yeah.
But I think what was your next move after that? Because I think there's a reason why I didn't take it. Because I didn't know.
I went aggressive.
Yeah, so obviously I couldn't take it then.
You could have.
I mean, here is like perfect moment.
Because if I take it, if you take and I take your rook, you then take my bishop, or the bishop that's on like with your king. So like you win 6 for 5 plus a good position.
That's my problem, is that I knew that my rook was in danger, and I was like, well, yes, I can take this knight, but I will lose my rook, and that's a bad trade. And I didn't really think ahead of that, and that's my problem. I just I'm dummy brain.
I think I understand that because also
it was good.
Esam's got mega gamer brain.
Those are really tricky sequences to see for sure. And also, like you said, it's tricky to see king moves when there's still a lot of pieces on the board, right? It's kind of scary. But I mean, yeah, you had some amazing choices to make, and I think you developed some really great plans. Esam definitely found ways to kind of mix those up a bit and make them difficult to execute. But yeah, I mean, the sharp games for both games, just like tactical feasts, and both of you did an amazing job.
I just wanted to try my best. I wanted to try my best.
I love this right here. where you're just like, okay, you were thinking about this for a while. Like, wait, is that a free piece? Is that a free piece? You're like overthinking it. You're like, I don't want to blunder here. Is this a free piece? Yes or no? And you end up taking it really fast. And I was like, okay, luckily he's not spending 5 minutes on determining whether this is a free piece or not, right?
Yeah, I was just worried because I think it's because I know Esam's good. So whenever he makes a move, I just assume it's not a blunder.
Well, right. The thing is also, again, even relative, like, again, maybe comparatively, sure, I'm better, but at the same time, we're all average.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, like, I'm not playing anywhere. Like, I get, my highest rating ever, like, in terms of accuracy rating is 93. So, and that's typically in, like, games that I make one mistake in a 14 game because they just resign because I take a piece early. But like I feel like one thing that definitely hurt was you went for the tactical thing game one because it's like, oh well, he's gonna pin my queen, but I'm gonna attack his queen first, and then that was wrong. So you were like, I'm scared to do that again because I don't want to go down a piece, and that was probably like in my head. I'm like, I think that's why he's not taking immediately, is because he doesn't he's scared because the first game was a mess up.
I don't even know. I don't think I was like affected by the first game at all into the second game. I played them about the same as I would. I think I'm stronger as white than I am as black. I think that might just be it.
Got it. But I think you played extremely well.
With white, I had more of a specific counter to your opening strategy with white. If you notice, those first 5 moves were really fast. Because I was like, you just played all the moves I knew you were going to play, and I was like, oh, I just do this, 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 and but with black, you played. I always just Karo Khan because it's the only thing I'm comfortable with, and then you played a bunch of moves that I've never seen anyone play against the Karo Khan. I was like, wait, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
It went into like unknown territory very quickly.
Completely for me when I was playing as black.
That's half the reason I don't it's so hard for me to do opening prep because I'm like, I remember when I played in the Smashers game, but a couple months ago, I was like, I'm going to do all this opening prep. And then one move is different and it changes literally everything. Yes. So I was like, I literally had like this whole plan sequenced with my coach, Anamaya, and she everything happened. And then one move was different, but I did this the same sequence.
And
it was wrong then because
it was that
different.
One move. Yeah.
So
I get that. I did that against Tectone, I think.
Hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, chess is hard. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it at all. But I appreciate getting the opportunity to play. And I appreciate getting the opportunity to play against you, Esam. You're the only Smash player I know.
Thank you. That's a good title.
I don't watch Smash because I'm bad at fighting games. But I have watched some Smash, and you're the only Smash player I've ever watched. So
Pikachu busted.
It is an honor to play against you, Mr. Esam.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so Esam, now you have won the Redemption Final and are going to play Gigguk next in just a few minutes. You'll get a short break, and then basically what I want to ask you here is, you faced him once before and you lost, and that's why you ended up in the Redemption arc to begin with. So now it's kind of a twofold question. Have you prepared for feeling like you're going to get that rematch anyways? And also, what are you going to do with the 10 minutes that we're going to give you before you have to play again against Gigguk, who's probably proven himself in the course of this tournament to be the strongest player thus far?
First off, I'm going to beat his ass. No, I mean, I hope I win. Again, I respect every player. That's just a little bit of trash talk, but I haven't done opening prep versus him because, again, I kind of just play the same openings, like the same 2. And again, my thought process is, I would have won against Gigguk had I taken more time in the very key moments. So I'm just going to do that. And, I may have played a little quickly last game. I've definitely had 9 minutes and 15 seconds when I made my consecutive blunders with the knight. But I just want to play a little bit better. I'm probably going to grind tactics in the 10 minutes because I think, honestly, me and Gigguk, we're pretty rarely hanging pieces, really hanging pieces. So I just want to get those little tactical edges. And if he wins, he got it. And if I win, I'm goated. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Rustage, obviously, this means that it's the end of the road for you in tournament arc, but you take 3rd place, which I would say is
exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I actually
Connor deserves it, so I'm gonna honorarily give up my 3rd place to Mr. Connor.
And I beat him too. Let's go.
I mean, me and Connor could play a game off stream, and he can beat me, and he could feel like he's earned third place. Actually, if Connor's listening, I really wanted to play you again, so I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't get to, because when we played last year, I totally just blundered both games, and I wanted to have like an actual match against you, into which I prepared for. So at some point, whenever you want to, I know you're a busy guy, but whenever you want to, I'd love to actually have a game against you at some point, and I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Everyone
That
in the
was the
Chess.com
nicest
chat
call
into
out.
it.
Yeah, this is the nicest call out I've ever heard.
For real.
Well, yeah, whenever you have a chance, I would love to play against you just once.
Pretty please.
Well, Connor's a busy guy. I don't want to bother him or take up his time if he has to do other things.
Y'all all have over 1 million subs. You're all busy.
Yeah.
Right.
I am busy. Right after this is done, I have to go right back into working on my album and working on my stuff. I'm really behind on work because I'm so busy thinking about chess.
Well, everybody should definitely go check out your YouTube channel for sure. It's one of my favorites as well. And you're also just one of my favorites in terms of like people who've played in this tournament this year. And we want to say thank you for participating. Hope you had fun, and hope you'll consider joining us again if we have a Tournament Arc 3. And Esam, you are going to get your break. Oh, I have to remember, we're going to do a coin flip right now. So you've got to call heads or tails to see if you get the white pieces against Gigguk in this next match. You ready? Heads or tails for white?
Tails.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow. You got it, bro.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
Esam.
Sniped.
Cool. So you get the white pieces against Gigguk. And, of course, you got to beat him twice. That's the thing, right? Gigguk only has to win one match. You've got to take him to a second best of 3 and defeat him there. We wish you the best of luck, and we will see you in about 10 minutes or so for your first game.
Thank you. I appreciate the luck because, God, it's going to be difficult.
It is going to be difficult. Good luck.
Thank you.
I am rooting for Gunther. I am rooting for Gunther.
It's fine. Y'all are anime tweakers. You stick together. It's fine.
All right, y'all. See ya. There you go. That's the players. Esam moving on to the grand final. Rustage taking third place. Not too shabby. And there you have it. You could take a look at the bracket right there and see Esam has had the longest path of any player to get to where he is now. He beat Sajam to stay in the winner's side of the bracket after the first round, but then fell to Gigguk 2-1. Dropped down into the Redemption Arc, defeated Tectone 2-0, moved on, defeated Seadog VA 2-0, and now has beat Rustage 2-0. And he's climbing his way back. Meanwhile, Gigguk has been able to just like go to the spa, get a lot of sleep, oversleep, only had to play a few matches to get where he's going. But hey, there's a reason for that, right? He won every single match. Kind of a nice little bonus for that, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that seems like the life, right? Like, hey, delay my match. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, he's been great, and he's won every single game. So I'm just rooting for the best player to win at this point.
Yep. And I want to reiterate the fact that because the way a double elimination bracket works is basically everyone has to lose twice in order to be eliminated. Now, Gigguk has not lost a match at all. And so what that means is if he loses this best of 3 against Esam, he actually gets a reset because he'll have only lost once. And so he's insulated there in that if he wins this first best of 3, it's over, right? Esam will have lost twice at that point, and Gigguk takes the whole thing home. So what Esam must do here is he must win this first best of 3 and then take it to a second match where he then still has to win that match in order to take the championship. So we are going to find out. We are just moments away from the concluding match of Tournament Arc 3. So do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the last of the last, guys. Esam versus Gigguk for the championship. We'll see you in a moment.
Anything but that. That is not something I want to do as a forfeit.
Of Tournament Arc 3. So do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the
I really hope my brain doesn't need to have time to wake up. Anything but that. That is oh, it is me. It is me. All right. Well, hello. Welcome to the Winners POV. I'm here to get my second tournament win today. We're not here to choke. We're not here to choke. Connor, this is for you. This is for you, Connor. Because I know it was all scripted for you to win today. I mean, for God's sakes, today was your birthday, Connor. Today was your birthday. So don't worry. I know you want me to win as your birthday present. Don't worry. I got you, bro. I got you. Honestly. All I can say is, it's coming home, lads. It's coming home. Look, I'm gonna dispel all the bad omens regarding England and it's coming home and tournament wins. I've already done it once. I'm 2 for 2 for tournament so far. 1-1 chess tournament, 1-1 Shadowverse tournament. So I want to be 3 for 3 for tournaments. I can't wait till this day ends and you can just clip that and it's just like moments before disaster. Just watch me play the worst chess I've played in this entire tournament. Gun, unironically, is really good at motivational speeches. No, I'm not. Connor said his Christmas dream is to have Gigguk AZ Anime Zone win today. Don't worry, I've in true GBC fashion, I've channeled the spirit of Sea-Dog VA. Right now, you're watching G-Dog AZ. This is like when Goku and Vegeta fused into Vegito. And I'm not sure how Esam can possibly take on G-Dog AZ. So you'll choke. No, I won't choke. That's why I removed the C part from my name. Remember not to lose and then you'll win. Don't worry. I will try to remember not to lose. I should probably close this, shouldn't I? Great, we should be starting at just over 10 minutes from now at 18 past. All right, I will assume that's right, and I will switch chat to emotes only mode very, very soon. Incognito window, I see. Yeah, I know. I've learned my lesson from last time. Oh. All right, lads, I've got this. Just gotta play my game. Don't fuck up. Don't make any stupid moves. Think I've got this? I mean, how can I lose? I've got the power of God and anime on my side. People lose when they are defeated. What was your rating in the first tournament? My rating in the last tournament was about 900. So, you know, this is me having my time skip and having powered up since the last tournament. But like in true anime fashion, the opponents are also stronger this time. Connor's now 1012. I mean, Connor was doing like a bunch of practicing, so I'm not surprised his rating dipped a bit. My rating also dipped during practice. Luckily, I got it back up. I wish we hear the master from Code Geass today. If I win, I will play the master once again. No, I'll actually get it ready. Just in case. Just in case we win. Just in case. But this is only reserved for if we actually win today, like the last tournament arc. We keep jinxing you, bro. Yeah. lot of bad omens going about, but we're not gonna think about that. We're not gonna think about that. I just hope I play better than I have been playing as Black. Make sure you king sacrifice. Don't worry. Don't worry. If Esam gets too close, then I will just lead with the king, right? I've watched Code Geass. That's how you play chess, right? Just lead with the king. Don't worry. I'll go out in true Lelouch fashion. Right? Because that's how Lelouch won. That's how Lelouch won. Just lead with the king. So, basically, if I move the king first, that's like a really OP move. So I'm probably going to open with that. Is Garn playing?
All right. Gigguk talking about how he's going to open to try to maybe mess with Esam's head a little bit. Esam did win the coin toss during the interview, and so he will start with the white pieces, which maybe he considers a significant advantage, because if Gigguk only needs to win the first best of 3 to take the whole thing home, then maybe Esam can set the mood if he wins with white in the first game.
Definitely. And this game is not one-sided. I think it's still a toss-up. Rating-wise, I think Esam is the slight favorite. Or although over the course of tournament arc, I think Gigguk has been gaining a lot of rating because he's been playing more and doing some tactics. So Esam definitely, I think, it was a top seed. But let's see what happens, because Gigguk won the first match between them. So this is actually, if they go into the second match, that would be 3 matches between them.
Yep, that's true. Right. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Right. And the games will start soon. Esam's maybe consulting the oracles on how he's going to defeat the current reigning champion of the Tournament Arc series. Gigguk beat Sea-Dog in the finals of Tournament Arc 1 with a win and a draw after Sea-Dog repeated the position, which was crazy. And this was back when this was a 2-game mini match, so win and a draw was all it took to win. We made the rules a little bit more, I think, exciting this time around, making it a best of 3 rather than a 2-game mini match. So there's more opportunity for the other player to come back and stay in it for maybe a 3rd game after a draw. So yeah, I mean, you guys obviously in the chat can let us know if you were there for both Tournament Arc 1 and 2. How do you feel about the updated format? Do you like it? Do you think best of 2 is better? We also changed the time control, I think. I don't know that we did 10+5 last time. I think it was less times, maybe only 5-5. So we wanted to make sure we get more chess, and using the 10-5 time control also kind of guarantees in a way that it's more likely the outcome will happen on the board rather than on the clock. And I think we have seen in more matches than not that has been the case in Tournament Arc 2. I mean, JT, what do you think? We made a lot of changes to the format, also the double elimination. Like, how has this season gone for you? Do you like it?
I like it. I like seeing good chess, and I think Tournament Arc 2 delivered when it came to good chess. It was great. What happened was, we got more time. We got the increment. We have also the Blitz playoff at 3 minutes, right, which is a great time because now you have faster chess as well. So we're testing, the good, long, calculated chess, and now we're going for the super fast. How fast can you think chess? So it's a great transition, as well as, the loser bracket being a thing. That's an awesome addition. So, thank you for everything that you put together, Arn. It was amazing.
Well, I don't know, man. I actually think that the double elimination thing was your idea. After I told you we were going to invite some fighting game players, you were like, "Well, you know, man, they have this beautiful like bracket. You should." Yeah, you explained it to me, and then I fell in love with it. So,
I'll try to give you the credit here, and you can just take it.
No. All right. Well, the games are going to get underway, and yeah, Esam has the climb. He's got to win 2 matches, so I want to check in on his moves as these first moves get underway. See if he feels like he can do it.
Opening prep for game for when I'm black until I'll do it between game 1 and 2.
Okay, moves coming fast.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love just like pushing the pawns like that.
Yeah, man, that pushing that e5 pawn makes it really difficult for black to figure out an easy way to develop that knight, right? Because even now, after they've recaptured, the pawn still sits on e5. The knight wishes it could go to f6, but it can't. I mean, this is a pretty common theme, right, JT? To just make it tough for black to develop.
Yeah, I mean, and I think here it kind of did to himself with the weird move order, right? Normally we would love to see this pawn pushed here, and now the bishop is behind its own pawn. Although you can be a little bit tricky here. I think the move maybe was to play knight e7 and be a little bit tricky, but you always have that move. And the idea is that maybe we can take here and be just fine in some lines.
Okay, and Esam said he did not prepare against Gigguk, and when we talk about preparation, we talk simply just reviewing their games and seeing what they like to play, and also trying to look for things that they lose to, right? Moves that they just can't seem to work out. And if you can remember those things, find yourself in that position, then you take advantage of that. But hey, I mean, maybe the lack of preparation on Esam's part is going to bite him in the end. Or maybe it's going to work out. Maybe the sort of just plan of aggression is going to be good enough. Let's listen to Gigguk, who I think is doing a little bit more calculating in these early stages.
Like, I literally mess up once. I literally do one wrong move in the sequence, and Esam has absolutely pounced on it. Maybe I want a castle. Actually, let's... What if I kick you out first? Alright, that's... gives me a bit of space, at least. There's no light square bishops anymore, so I'm probably going to castle now. Although that's a weak pawn.
Some good observations.
Yeah.
Should I castle?
Maybe two being played here.
Yeah, let's castle. Or should I castle kingside? Queenside? No, I'll castle kingside.
Okay, so, you know, this is where we see kind of the difference here. Rustage developed some plans, but then ultimately kind of backed away, whereas Gigguk is kind of saying like, all right, here's a plan. I'll maybe measure one other option, but not spend too much time. And then if the other thing doesn't really, you know, tickle my fancy, then we'll go back to what we already decided we're gonna do. I know you love that.
Oh, the phrasing. Oh man. I think love is a strong word.
But he's British. Okay, fine.
I actually like the way Gigguk's playing. He's like, he notices that he has a really bad pawn here on e6, and then we have Esam just playing b4 and saying, hey, you cannot take this. This is defended by my queen. Where's your bishop gonna go? You let me know.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, this is kind of what comes if you let that e5 happen. Then your position is cramped and difficult to develop, and like, but you know, let's think about this. If Esam wins, Gigguk will play as white, and if he wins, then Gigguk in the third game will play as black, and maybe it's an opportunity for him to not allow this in that game. You got to learn the lesson.
I mean, there's only really like one place, right? Yeah, there's either b6, a7, or the fancy move d4.
Ooh, that is fancy schmancy. Because at the end of the exchange, you have the tempo on the knight on c3.
Exactly. And finally, you know, after these moves, we have like knight g6, but I really want to see what Esam is thinking, because maybe he's not thinking like that at all. Maybe he's thinking that he's going to get all this pressure on the king side.
Yeah, maybe he's just think he's trying to trap the bishops, but it doesn't really work.
Anywhere. That pawn with check.
Okay, getting a knight back into the game.
Ooh, I have this. Ooh, bitch. Bitch. He lets that go off. Is that mate? Because it's this. I mean, I guess he can run away, but then I take his queen. So I would do this. He takes. I take with check. Has to go there, and then I.
He's missing the rook capture, so it doesn't really work out.
Or I win a queen. Fine by me.
Oh man, if this happens...
That's a crazy fucking move. That's a crazy sequence.
If Gigguk plays a patient move and Esam falls into this bad exchange...
And by I'm nasty, I mean... okay. Around that.
Okay, crisis actually averted for Esam now because Gigguk actually blocked the discovered check that Esam thought was going to be a winning sequence. So now we're back to his original plan of pushing the pawns, making it even more awkward for those bishops.
Right. Huh. Huh. I don't like this idea at all. Right? The knight takes here. Oh yeah, you're attacking our queen, so we have to move our queen. Great, but what if we attack your knight? Then it becomes a double attack. Oh, did you play that a little bit too fast?
Let's
see what Gigguk is saying, because there's no way. Yeah.
It's alright, I'm still in the game.
And he finds queen g3.
Is there anything I can do? I've lost the bishop, so that's gone. That's fine. That's been sacked. I have sacked that. Trade takes. I really don't want to sack more material. This is really, really difficult. Takes.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Takes. All right, I've just got to do it.
Okay, now here's the thing. I feel like Gigguk maybe. Isn't it possible that you could have chosen which bishop to keep rather than just saying that that is the bishop that's going down in the exchange? Because maybe bishop takes knight, knight takes knight, retreat the dark square bishop and hold on to it.
Or just play bishop a7 and then let them take your knight, right? You could have maybe just played back and then let them take your knight.
Ah, yeah.
Also an option. But then after that, knight c5 is pretty fierce as well. But, it's up to them to see it. And also rook f5. Yeah, I think black would have been better in that line. I think I agree with you.
Yeah, because now the rook is activated, whereas it couldn't get to that square before if you just leave the pawns where they are.
Right.
I mean, this is a great first game. Esam is taking full advantage of the way that he opened this, and Gigguk has just not been able to really reach into the other side of the board.
I wonder how Esam is feeling now that he has a material lead on Gigguk. He's probably nervous coming into the match, but now he's probably just chilling.
Check. Takes. I mean, it might work. I'm just a little slow on it. It's hanging by a thread here.
Gigguk actually gives up the pawn here on c7 in order to defend the center pawn. But I don't know, maybe you like your center pawns.
I actually don't even want to go for that pawn. I would rather play rook e1 and activate all of my pieces.
Ooh.
I just play something like this and just activate all of my pieces.
And there it is.
Yeah. The prophet himself.
Ay. Stop steering the course of this competition. Dude, this is, man, what a game. Gigguk in the corner here. Fighting for his life, it feels like. And wow, white has so many potential plans, whereas black is just trying to hold, right? Something's going to get overloaded.
Right. I mean, we just kind of have to not allow this one move by black, b6. And we should be okay.
Okay.
Although we do have to keep defending. We do have to keep defending and stuff like that. But yeah, just don't allow that one.
Isn't e5 kind of nice here, because now you've pushed it into a square where it has two defenders against the two attackers. Although it's like 2.5 because the rook x-rays.
Right, and that's actually a good point, because here we have two defenders, but this is pinned, right? So this pawn becomes extremely weak. and we can force you to push because if we move this knight away, then this rook is also attacking.
Ooh, wow. Instead, Esam goes for a check. But there's not an immediate continuation with that. Maybe he's maneuvering with b5 on his mind, something like that.
Interesting.
I mean, otherwise, what's the purpose of bringing the queen over to the other side like that?
No, let's check in with Gigguk, see if he sees what we don't.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, this is horrible, because even if I move that, then he goes there, and it's a fork. So I guess my only option is to go there. Sure? Sure? Yeah, I gotta go there. Maybe I go there. Trade rooks, and then... Yeah, okay. Oh no! Then it's just the queen sack.
Oh man, but if there wasn't that knight on d2, there's puzzle rush, man. Right? Could have been.
I mean, this position is a whole puzzle rush.
Too. Wow, yeah. If we could we go back a bit while the queens were still on the board there, just enough to see after queen f7. If the knight moved to a square that didn't defend f2, then you've got the nice queen takes f2 check, followed by queen f1 check, rook takes, and it's mate because now the king is in the corner.
Interesting. Yep. Just takes here. And GG.
Oh, so actually the knight didn't have to move for this to be possible. That's pretty cool. But the queen trade happens, and we continue to move forward in the game. But look at these pawns by black. I mean, yeah, you've got two knights, and they're going to start to chew up on them. They're tricky. But I wonder if there's a way for Gigguk to make something out of this.
I don't know. Esam has, I think, the better game here, but he has to solve the problems. I'm wondering if he can do that within the time that he has. He has 4 minutes on his clock. And he's probably thinking on Gigguk's time. So let's listen in and see what he has for us.
Just gotta convert. That's what this. Because here it takes. Not threatening to check. Can't even check me with the bishop. Knight or some shit. Only moves knight here, which. I take this. Takes. 8.
Uh-oh.
You literally cannot take this bishop.
Oh, this is
Still mate.
This is annoying. I literally had the choice to go either. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, fuck. I lost anyway. That was a disaster for me. That was a disaster. Didn't matter. I would have lost anyway. I think I got really tilted after that first. Wasn't an opening blunder, but I just messed up my opening really badly.
Wow. Dude, look at that. Gigguk falls in the first game, and I wonder how that's going to affect his mood I mean, he gets the white pieces in the second game, and we'll see what his prep looks like. But like that just could be a shock to your confidence.
Definitely a shock to the system there because it could lead to a whole bunch of downfalls. Like, oh, I played so badly this last game. Let me not try to play so badly this game, and then you start overthinking and then protecting things that don't need to be protected. So, oh man. I hope that, Gigguk calms down, but Esam, you need to keep doing whatever you're doing. You need to keep doing whatever it is that you're doing because you're on a roll, man.
Yeah.
And I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I think I saw it in the chat. What if they draw, right? So let's say the next match they draw and Gigguk wins the next game. We go to a Blitz playoff and then they go to the second match if Esam wins?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's still a self-contained match. So even if they go into a tiebreaker and Esam wins that one, it doesn't change the fact that Gigguk has still only lost one match. And the brackets mean that he has to still lose two. Yeah. So, I mean, this could be crazy exciting. Gigguk has to bring this thing back. The fact is, he can stay calm because even if he loses this first best of three, it's not over by any means. They play another best of three. So just, I think for Gigguk, don't let this first loss get to you. Don't let it guide your emotions towards the future of what's to come. And yeah, so stick with it. And you guys stick with it as well. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with the second game. Stick around.
So good. So good. We'll play the next game. It's just a warm-up game. Just a warm-up game. Who's messaging me? Oh, I got my shot later today. So good. Like, let me see. Where, I mean, it went wrong straight from the beginning. I just was not comfortable playing this at all. Like, this is just super, super methodical play by Esam. That goes there. Ugh. Let me turn off notifications. So good. It's all good. It's all good. We got white. We got white next. We got white. It was just a warm-up game. What kind of finals would it be if we didn't even if it wasn't tense? If it wasn't tense, right? Like, next time I'm going to go a little bit slow on the opening. Shouldn't have done that, I feel. Maybe I'll try a different opening next time. So I actually had the advantage here. If I just went there. I didn't feel like I had the advantage. I guess this is a pretty decent position. I'm so stupid I didn't even see the rook going back. The bishop going back, sorry. God, I'm fucking out of it. Alright. Next game. Can't dwell on the past.
I think I spied, just watching the screen share there with Gigguk, like 83 to 91% cap score on that last game. Like, wow. Wow for Gigguk, even though he lost the game, to still have pretty decent accuracy. But then also, wow, for Esam over 90%. Like, wow. What?
No, they're both playing really good chess, and we knew that going into this match. We saw their last game; they were both making extremely good moves, and they're executing good ideas. So I'm really excited for this next match to go underway. And what do you think is going to happen here? I'll let you predict it this time.
I say Gigguk turns this around and either gets a draw or a win. I don't think Esam wins as black here, especially because he's okay. So he still plays G6. He's doing it in a little different order than he's done before, but it's the same opening setup. So I don't know. I'm saying Gigguk does improve this game. And wow, look at this. This is similar to something Rustage had but didn't necessarily play in that last game.
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting spot here for white. This is actually a very interesting spot. The king is here. In many cases, we just want to push h4. And I would have pushed h4 when the bishop was still on h6, right? Because then they can't push h5.
Oh. That's neat. Okay.
See what Esam's thinking about his position, because he's the one that probably is going to have to defend in this position.
Yeah, he might not be feeling this right now.
Well, I actually don't have. This isn't protected at all. Well, I'm doing this for this pawn move. I guess. But I can't have that tempo.
H4, H5. Immediately, Gigguk goes for the break. So, yep. His plan and your plan are aligned about how to deal with this structure. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of the risk of playing that fianchettoed bishop as black there is once the king is in that spot, you bust it open. Whoa.
Yeah, I think it's we have a good advantage just by taking here g5, dislodge the knight. The knight is the protector of the pawn, so he has to move, and then we just win a free pawn.
Oh man, but I mean, Gigguk's focus is maybe not really in the center right now, so he might not see it. Let's take a look.
And he has to take. Do I take?
Ooh.
And he takes. Or do I go there first? So many options. Let's break it up. Let's break it up.
All right, what I appreciate from that is two things. One, it is hard to spot moves that remove a defender. And two, he didn't spend too much time either making the choice about how to proceed here. Right? It definitely could feel like a critical moment for Gigguk. And I do like the fact that despite that potential, he had a plan and he's moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think this decision makes a lot of sense. We're trying to open up the G file. Although in these positions or these kinds of position, we normally don't want that knight here because the knight cannot, it's very hard to dislodge this knight from this square. And then they have moves like rook h8 that make it even harder. And now you have no attack. Right? One of the ideas in this position is maybe to trade off this knight and put a pawn on f6. Actually, this is in a very famous. It's not a famous book. I want it to be famous. It's in a book by Daniel Gormally, Mating the Castle King. It's such a strong idea, and there's so many Chess.com puzzles like this as well. If you go to like puzzles, you'll see ideas like this. So if you're trying to get stronger at chess, by the way, free hint, Chess.com tactics.
Yeah, and just so people see, obviously, Esam can't take the pawn on f4 because then the queen will take back, and it's no bueno. The pawn on d5 also still hangs. It's attacked 2.5 times, defended once. I say 0.5 because the rook also is sitting there, staring it down through the queen. So even if you move the queen, you still have 2 attackers, 1 defender.
Yeah, and then you also have moves like knight takes d5 and then queen c3 check, right? And when you check, this knight is, or not. You know, maybe e3. What is e3 threatening though?
Yeah, I think it just activates the bishop.
But I think a move like knight g3 here, or d4, which is I think the strongest move in the position, is going to cause a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, let's take a listen here. I think Esam maybe felt he was on the back foot for a moment, but now he's working his own plan to push forward.
Like stuff trades, I take this pawn. Like if it's like trades, and then I like force a trade here or something. It's not bad. I take it with my knight or my force it with the queen. Either this, and then I like do that, but then I lose a piece. Honestly, I think I'd rather take with this.
Ooh, this is not.
No.
This does not work.
Oh.
Queen.
I did a rustage.
In this position. He did
No.
a rustage.
That sucks. That's unfortunate. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't even think I had that enabled.
I think one of the few moves that he can play here in this position is knight g3, and he's looking at it. Is he going to play it?
Yep.
Knight g3 on the board. Yeah, good job. Good job finding one of the best moves and the best resources for your position.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough, right? Because Esam needs to win this game, at least mentally, thinking, I got to win this game to just put this first best of 3 behind me and even it up. And so, whereas Gigguk can just kind of let this go, it's not as scary, I don't think, for Gigguk.
Right.
So maybe Gigguk is, dude, I don't know. I mean, nerves count.
Yeah. It's tough, and we see moves like maybe like knight f5, and because this bishop is good, but I think this knight might be better. And if we ever trade off knights or bishops here, then the other bishop is going to become pretty active on this square, especially looking at c2 and defending the king side. Right, and that's what I envision. We also have a move like knight e7, then going to f5. Right, and then this knight is just annoying. It's almost like an octopus, except we don't have we can only go to 6 squares instead of 8. That's a term actually coined by Garry Kasparov, the octopus. Yeah, And I agree with his decision. Knight f5 is a very, very strong move for black. But you have to keep finding these good moves because right now you're on the back foot. You know, you're getting pushed.
Yeah, but h5 is scary, right? If you take, you expose your king, and then there's, you know, rook checks, maybe the bishop gets out of the way of the queen, and now we're looking at mate.
Yes. So what I would suggest is just to trade queens for Esam by playing like queen e3 and just saying, hey, I'm going to trade queens, and it's not as scary with the queen off. Let's look at what Gigguk is talking about and look.
I think his plan of attack makes sense, but now he's got to think twice here.
Okay, now is the time to bring my knight into play. I think now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time to bring my knight into play. Gentlemen, it is time. All right. Well, how do I want to do this? We want to make him squirm, guys. What's the right way to do it?
There's a good old checks, captures, and threats.
Also asking the chat for help and receiving it is illegal, so just be careful there.
emotional support. But
Right,
man,
right.
I mean, rook g1 check feels kind of nice here.
Oh yeah, rook g1 is nice, and also just d5 saying, hey, get your knight out of here. We might have some squares that we can use, maybe c3 in the future. Maybe bishop d3, knight e4 could be a possibility. So bishop e3 being played right now.
Yep.
Maybe preparing for some things in the future.
Maybe preparing
like
queen
just-
g2 check.
Queen g2 check is actually pretty strong.
Let me think about this. Knight takes, and where does the bishop go? To try to maybe discover an attack on the knight?
It's actually a little bit deeper than that. So the idea here was actually takes, and then f5, because the idea is that you're going to play queen here.
Oh. Wow, and then you've got a pawn that maybe ends up on f6 and checkmate.
Right, exactly.
Ooh.
And if we get this pawn out of the way or on f6, it's mating. This is what I was talking to you, the plan I was saying before, right? So very interesting point.
Yeah, or
So,
queen gets to g5, or rook takes the pawn. I mean, there's a lot. Okay, wow. I want to see how Esam feels with the pressure that he's potentially facing here.
He has some tactics here. Oh, I get to activate my rook. Finally. Jesus. Finally get to move that shit.
just remember PP on the PP. It's Gigguk.
Yeah, what, like knight g5 hit the bishop that just blocked? Something
Not
like that, or
even
is there
that.
something better?
5. This is pinned. It's a
Your
pin.
move, yeah.
It's the PP on the
Oh,
PP. Put
jeez.
pressure on the pinned piece. Right? Put pressure on the pinned piece. And even now we can play F5. Even now.
Yep. Because knight takes, bishop takes. Boom.
Oh, no, yeah. If the bishop takes, then we take the queen, right?
Yeah.
Right. You always have to remember this. And I don't know how you can forget what a saying like this: PP on the PP. Guys, never forget that. If you have a pinned piece, always look to put pressure on the pinned piece.
Okay, so now, ooh, I don't know that I would have put my queen in the line of fire after that bishop moves.
Definitely. Although there's a sneaky idea in some lines, but honestly, just F5 would have won. You're attacking this knight, but let's see what Gigguk has to say about this.
Did Esam just drop the knight? I think so. And Gigguk,
That's free.
all
right?
too happy to
That's
take.
Free. Yeah, I think that's free.
And
And
has
then
checks.
The bishop's pinned again.
Oh,
And that has
jeez.
to move.
Gigguk is going to even this up. It's going to be 1-1. We're going to get a third game, I think, with good play now from both players.
And you said it. And remember, commentator's curse is a thing.
I did say it. Commentator's blessing. In this case, we get what we want.
Right.
Despite what the
boys.
players
We are
might
playing dirty. Where's that got to move? Maybe that rook there. Really starting to scare him. Oh, I could just play bishop. Bishop f5. Oh, that's a good move.
We're getting spicy tactical chess today.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite. This is great. The players are dropping a little Cholula on there. What's your favorite? What's your favorite hot sauce? I bet you're a Tapatio guy.
I don't know. There's a Korean hot sauce that I like, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't really cook. I just go to a deli because I'm in New York and there's delis on every corner, and I just get food there. So I don't have hot sauce.
Okay,
there's
but
a halal hot sauce that I like.
Okay.
Halal hot sauce, like really spicy one.
Ooh, can't you do bishop takes e6? No, because queen takes.
You have a free rook.
Oh, there is a free rook. Oh my god!
It has to be spicier. You see, like that wasn't enough spice.
Oh man.
Oh man.
What? Gigguk, I need to see what is he selecting. What are his arrows?
We gotta see it.
Oh, dude, no. I mean, it's probably still fine, but free stuff?
If he takes with the wrong piece, it's mate. If he takes with the rook,
I would like to do like a really beautiful checkmate, but I just do not have the time to work with right now.
Okay, good. He missed.
Okay, he took with the bishop. Because if he took with the rook, it would be mate.
Oh, jeez.
We dodged the bullet there, guys.
Hashtag blessed. This is so wild, dude.
All right, now all we've got to do is just be super annoying.
These are 2 pieces, right?
2 pieces.
All we got to do, 2 pieces. And then once he plays F5, like the pawn to F5, White's like super solid.
Indestructible. I love when you can get the pawn and the bishop.
Where's he going to move that to?
Like locked up together, where the bishop protects the pawn protects the bishop. Like you have to sack something to get rid of the situation. Like, yeah, man, Gigguk just needs to trade everything and win. That's it.
And
Simple.
even better than that, it's a passer. It's a last pawn. There are no pawns in front of this pawn. So that makes it even more powerful.
It's natural now. Oh, but he retreats the bishop. I mean, you could still play it. You still get a tip on the rook in order to do the next thing that you want to do, but Gigguk would have to make some serious mistakes here to lose this.
If he ever moves this rook off of the E1 square, like off the E file as well, just off the first rank, basically.
Yeah.
He would just lose immediately.
Right. Yeah, because rook G1 check after the knight blocks, other rook takes, it's mate.
Yeah. So we need to be very careful of that.
Man, this is why I just want to. I want to bring up both boards. I just want to stare at Gigguk's rook. I don't want to see.
Have 2 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Wow, both players have just over 2 minutes here. Okay, the threat is still there. And Gigguk might think he's safe on the back rank because of the knight. Okay, decent move. But he could have played rook h8 check. Trade the rooks that way, right?
Winning. No, he's winning the rook there. Because the king can't go to the e file because the rook was on the e file.
True, yes. Wow, okay, but this is still absolutely crushing for Gigguk. Let's listen in a little bit. He's going to take this one. Esam.
Let's see.
Probably not jazzed about this. Because then it puts him in a must draw or win situation.
Right.
All right.
They're both really close to being under 2 minutes here. King E7 being played by Esam.
Who knows? I might get a stalemate. Not like that, I won't.
Ooh, wow. Gigguk, what a great move. Tactical awareness. Trades off Esam's most valuable piece.
Just traded.
He's got to be feeling good about that.
All right, I'm not gonna stalemate this. This is the only thing I cannot do. I'm just not gonna stalemate. Ah, fuck's sake. I'm like really nervous right now, and I really shouldn't be.
I almost want to sack the rook for the pawns and then just go for it. Bring the king over and push.
I like that idea.
Do it.
It's like I really should not be this nervous.
Even better, just Esam makes it easier. Pushing the pawn just allows the rook to get another pawn. Man, this is should be cut and dry.
What's funny here is that the rook has no moves.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Oh, that's cute.
It's very cute.
Let's sack the bishop. Let's just. You know what? Let's just keep it simple.
And the bishop's not sacked because Esam didn't take it. Maybe Esam's thinking that keeping the bishop there makes tricky diagonals that could help stalemate.
Got it all the fuck.
Kind of something Eric Rosen would pull off.
Let's see, I mean, either king c6 or king d6 both work. The idea is rook a8 is mate.
Man, things were like kind of interesting there, and then I think I made like one bad move. I don't remember. Like I can't think back up to like the tactic I messed up. I mean, he just saw like a tactic.
I mean, that's kind of how you win chess games.
True. You are not wrong there. You are not wrong.
That's kind of how this works.
Guys, I'm
He
professional.
underestimates how many moves I have.
Gigguk's got a big smile.
I hope he doesn't draw this. Or, hope he does.
Don't you say that. Shame on...
I mean, I get to, I think I'm here just to sit here and look pretty, and I can do that for longer.
I shouldn't be.
if I'm,
Okay, calm
you know,
down,
just-
God. Calm down. Calm the
stalemate.
fuck down.
Right, telling him let's calm down.
Yeah, he's got a minute and a half. There's plenty of time.
I've been in this position so many times before, and I have not. I cannot fuck it up.
Okay, gets a queen. It's not a stalemate. King has squares.
Okay.
Still got that. All right.
And it's there's a checkmate in one. I want to see if he sees it.
Yep, he's eyeing the rook.
Should be it, right? Okay. I was only okay. Chat. I'm not normally this nervous during endgames. I just really didn't want to throw. Okay. Like normally, I play this clean. Normally, I play this clean, no pressure at all. But we're in the tournament arc finals here. We're in the tournament arc finals. I was like sweating for no reason.
I don't think it's for no reason, but I also don't think that he didn't play that clean. I think it was a very clean game.
I mean, this is a very, very important game, right? And just thinking about from the contestants' perspective, one game could cost you $1,500, right? One slip up. Think about that. One decision.
That's an
could cost
expensive
you
blunder.
15 That's a very, very expensive blunder. You said the stakes were high. Well, you can't get that many stakes if you are out $1,500, right?
Oh my God! Did you just did
You're rubbing off on me. You're rubbing off on me.
did you just? Oh jeez. I don't know if I should allow this. All right, look, we're gonna take a break. The stakes are super high because if Esam loses this game, it's over. Gigguk will win Tournament Arc 2. So Esam's got to draw, he's got to win, and take it to another best of 3. We're going to find out. This may be the most tense game of the season, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Take this. I like win. I mean, the misclick kind of fucked me. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. There were other opportunities, but like, it was still bad. The P-chat. Also, can one of my mods end the prediction for that one?
Oh, I suppose if he had moved his bishop there, then I would have been forced to trade queens. Oh, yeah, throwing away my advantage. I guess that did. Guess that would have thrown my complete lead. Oh, I guess we just didn't play that as cleanly as I thought we did. Oh well, rip. Yeah, you can tell like we were in really unfamiliar positions. But I think it's because like he knew that he knew what line I was going to play. So I've never actually played past around this point before. So this is all like unfamiliar territory for me. Oh well, a win's a win's a win's a win. We have fun here. Whew. Alright, just win one more game and I've won Tournament Arc again. What opening should I do this time? French really didn't work for me last time. I guess I'll play a different kind of opening. We'll see how it goes. I feel like both games today, whoever's gone white has just had the initiative and just had the attack, and they have just really, really pressured the other guy out. So I'm hoping Esam doesn't do that in the third game. Really hope Esam gives me a chance to breathe when I'm playing black. All right, ready to get into it.
All right, well, both players off screen taking advantage of the break to try to talk to themselves about what they need to do. Dude, I just want to establish the stakes here for a moment. Just make sure everybody understands what could happen. If Gigguk wins this game, it is over. And Gigguk will win Tournament Arc 2, having won every match he has played. Esam, on the other hand, he's got to get to another best of 3. And in order to do that, he's got to get to 2 points. Either through drawing this game and then going into a tiebreak and winning that. And then he's got to get to 2 points again. So, like, it's almost like he has to win 3 games and Gigguk only has to win 1, in a sense.
Well, this one game is going to decide the fate, right? This one game could be like, okay, like the determining factor. And this, I don't know, it's kind of scary for Esam because he's in a must-win, must-draw position. And then he has to win the Blitz playoff.
Right. So it's must win no matter what, which is really scary. It's so hard to go into that feeling confident. Even the best players in the world don't want to find themselves in that situation. So we are going to see the next game is about to happen, and it could be the last game of Tournament Arc. So here we go. Opening moves.
I want to talk about Esam here because honestly, he's been in this position before. He's used to the FGC. He's used to tournaments where he has to be. He's in must-win positions.
He does this for a living.
Right.
Yeah,
so let's see if it's going to be, if it's going to be a good game or we're going to have a second match and then we're going to have a third match and fourth match because it's never going to end because we keep getting draws in the Blitz playoff.
I mean, dude, that was actually a really great point. The fact is that Esam, between the two of these guys, is so much more used to these kinds of scenarios than Gigguk is. And that might be what it takes for him to have the nerves to keep in this one. So let's listen in and see what's up with Esam. Look at this, almost symmetrical.
Yeah, this position can happen in a few different ways, but yeah, symmetrical and after knight c3.
Yep,
yeah.
There you go.
But I actually think here that black might be a bit better if they find the right move. What, and what did we say about the pin piece?
The pop 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 pop
pop pop pop pop pop pop. So Ollie knew it before she knew it, right? Because it's PP on the PP.
Yep, on the.
Oh man, let's see if he's gonna see after h3. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, he takes with the bishop. Taking with the knight is a bit stronger.
Wow, now, I mean, I've seen similar structures before that the double pawns are not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you have to know how to work with that. And maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Meanwhile, Gigguk has natural development and options of where to castle, and wow. And or King G2. What do you think about that move?
I don't agree with that at all, actually. Because for me, the very simple plan would be knight h5. I would love to play knight h5 here. Play h6. This might be a bit premature, but
okay.
You're just kind of exposing your king after we take.
Yeah, so now he returns the favor. Gigguk also has double pawns. This is like, we talk about a mirror game, like just kind of continues there. It's almost like Piccolo fighting himself, splitting in half, hit for hit. That never made sense to me. Like, because if you're you know every move that you are going to use against you. And so how are you ever going to land a punch against yourself? I don't get it.
Well, I think it was the subconscious versus the conscious, right? And you could always land hits because they're never expecting it. There we go. Mystery solved. Now.
Dank.
So the idea here, I think, for black is just a castle. Just this pawn's lost. Don't try to do anything too fancy.
Nice. Yeah, you got to get away from losing your queen.
And then don't take here. That just opens up files. I'm sorry. Let's go into one of the players.
LOL.
I go there. I mean, that's the only square I can go to, right? So where's he going to go out afterwards? Okay, let's calculate. I'm in a winning position here. Much better position. Nowhere he can go. He has to go there. He has to go there.
And you know how I like to play, JT.
How do you like to play?
If I'm Gigguk, I want to sack the rook. Rook g8 check. Knight takes rook g8 check. Just to get activity on the king.
I think
just to get active. Get in there.
Okay, no. That's not the way you proceed in this position. In this position, we want the rook to go to G, but we're not going to sack anything for it. We want to play queen H4. We want to get the rook on the G file. We want to play H5, pin the piece. In some cases, knight E6 and then knight F4 make a lot of sense.
Ooh, there's some peepees here. H5.
Yes. Yes, yes.
He gets the king out of the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arn's learning. Arn's learning.
I'm over here talking about peepees. Yesterday, Rustage was talking about poo-poos.
And then Ollie, starting it with
Ollie's got some pop-pops. We have 2 more vowels to attach to the P, and then we're... Turn mark 2, everybody. Oh my god.
I don't want to attach any more vowels. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
So the move here that I would love to play, I think, is just H5. Either H5 or Queen H4. Just getting in there. I'm already looking at some ideas, right? Just, yeah, I would love to get in there. I would love to play like knight E6, knight here, and then queen here. Maybe we can start that off maybe with just H5 first, and then knight E6.
Yeah, and also
let's see if
there's, you know, knight takes F3 if Esam's queen goes to the wrong square. Like, whew, there's a lot hanging in the balance for Esam, including the match. I mean, if Gigguk wins, that's it. All he gets is second place.
Right.
No bragging rights.
I love the idea of like unpinning while taking a piece. I don't know what it'll do, but at first.
Too passive?
Yeah, I don't like it too much. Now we can force pieces to where we need them to go as white. And what white needs to play maybe is just C3 or rook G1.
Change anything besides this pawn, which I don't.
And I think they're in decent shape. They still need to make another few moves, but I think those are the 2 moves. And C3 being played here. And here, yeah, knight E6 I think is a correct decision to go to knight
6 months focusing, but thank you.
Yep. So stuff happening in game.
I would love both positions up, like both viewpoints or vantage points, because this is it's gonna get kind of dicey very soon.
That's so disgusting that I kind of want it there. I kind of want it there. Yeah, I kind of want it there. I kind of want it there. That's such a disgusting square for it.
He is not wrong.
Yeah,
he's
if you can
spitting nothing but facts.
If you can get a queen on H4 next,
kind of annoying.
Yeah, if you can get the queen on H4, it's looking like lights out.
a couple ways to defend it, but still not what you want. It's not a situation you want to be in.
Mm-hmm. So the idea here, there's a few ideas. Just queen h4. Queen h4, the idea. Bishop captures f2 also works, because the idea of knight f2, rook captures here, and you get your little piece sack that you wanted, and we get in there.
See, good things sometimes too. Me, thoughts, brain.
But yeah, queen h4, very natural,
spicy, nice.
Just
I'm taking too many notes from Canty with the rhymes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what it is. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
I
it's-
was just like,
it's the rhyme
who's
game.
teaching you these things?
I'm-
We
I have
just need
to
to
blame it on
need to
somebody.
ban them.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Here we go. And I like it. We have to find some ways to like kind of mitigate the danger. And if you don't see that bishop captures f2 is on pre or free, even though it's defended by the knight, but your knight's overloaded because basically it's holding everything.
Yeah, that's such a cool move. I want to see if Esam knows what's next here. He's got to work this out, so.
I don't remember where queen was, so I'm going here. If I go here, he can go here. So that's bad.
Oh, look at Gigguk's screen. The
Yeah,
arrow.
He sees it. He sees it, guys.
And Esam may actually provoke. Oh man, that just begs for the move.
Like, then I have that. Like, I don't even need to do that. I don't know.
But Gigguk has to work it out too. Ball's in the
That
other
goes there.
court.
Goes there. Get that shit out. All right, let me see this. Let me formulate a plan of attack properly. Goes there. Knight goes there or there. If it goes there, I just takes.
He's trying to solve a mate in 7, guys. Like that's what he's trying to do right now.
Props.
Potentially. During our lesson, he was solving mates in
Yeah, I feel
12,
like it's
so
best
this
if I
should be a
chase the
little
knight
bit
away.
easier.
Yeah, his calculation is really good in these situations.
Yeah, 7 brain. He's definitely Gigguk brain over here.
Yeah, and he drops H5
We're going
on
in
the
for the
board.
kill, boys.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Don't care.
Oh. He says don't care, and then he's like, wait, do I care? Should I care? Sharing, caring?
Should I really
Can
have
it
to
be
care
fun?
about that?
I don't think he has to care. Honestly,
Teach me,
he has a
JT.
really good attack.
Teach me
He has
your
a really
Jedi
good
ways.
attack. Yeah, sure. So he has a really good attack here. Why care? Because if he takes here, then it's basically GG after, now our queen gets in.
Ooh, with discoveries.
With the discovery and with everything, everything is just falling here. Knight captures f2 check. So like, let's say you decide, okay, well, I'm not gonna get mated here, right? Then obviously you can't go to the H file. So let's say you go here, and now rook H8, and you can't stop me.
Ooh-wee. Wowie. Dude, Esam has just got to be in the think tank so bad right now because it is all on the line. He loses this game, that is the end of tournament art.
There might be a line where you sack your queen here, actually. Yeah, there is a line that you sack your queen here and you win. Let's see if Gigguk can actually spot it. It's obviously white to move, but
Yeah. And if not, we can definitely show it.
But the right moves have to be played.
no problem.
And he's hovering over square. That's not a legal move. Get the little red buzz.
There? No, I can't move there. Literally.
Never a good feeling.
I'm like, dang.
Yep, can't
And
go
actually,
there either.
We might get the queen sack. We might get the queen sack going.
I gotta bring up both boards here. Want to see if
Yeah,
Gigguk
we have to.
demonstrates what's on his mind.
And if queen f1, there is a sick tactic. Super. I don't expect them to see it, but there is a sick tactic of queen f1.
Look at the
People in the chat
smile.
might be like, oh. They might be like, queen f1 is, saves the day, but queen f1 actually leads to mate, and it's very puzzle rushy. You guys are definitely going to enjoy it.
Oh, I can't move. I can move here.
Okay, Gigguk has not given away his plan just
I
yet.
didn't realize that.
Queen f1. Okay, so the move that he has to see here, guys. If he sees this, he's 1,000 brain over here. You guys ready for the move? Are you guys ready
I
for
didn't
the
realize
move?
this was doing so much.
Show me, show me, show me.
The move that has to happen here, and I know all of you saw it in chat. I know all of you saw it across everything. Everybody who's watching the stream. Connor, I know you're like, why doesn't guard play this move already? Is a bishop to g1 check. Bishop to g1. Now there are 3 options, right? Queen takes, rook takes, king moves back, or king takes. Well, right? So let's say rook takes. That's easy. Queen captures h2. Queen captures and rook captures mate because the rook is in the way of the king and the knight covers his square. So you sack the queen, right? For mate. The next one. If queen captures, same idea, right? The queen's in the way now. Captures mate. If the king takes, queen captures g3 here, and then finally rook captures.
Oh my gosh.
Queen captures, check, takes, and mate.
Oh man,
Right, so-
wow.
Gets to see all of those ideas, but rook h7 is also just as good. It's not the fancy mate that I showed, but it is a super giga brain here. So hope you guys enjoyed that one.
What's strange is that he's thinking about giving up the bishop to clear the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, bam. Oh,
Actually, this is super giga brain as well.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I believe. I haven't fully calculated this because I need the time.
Recognizing the clock is also important. Both players coming up on 2-minute mark.
Like, if I can't win in this position, I don't deserve tournament arc. I don't deserve to be tournament arc champion.
It's just one of those ones you just want to stay quiet.
You don't take, and I take your queen, or you do take, and I think it's checkmate.
Those moments where you're like, if I breathe, I'm going to change the result of
either
the
you
game.
don't take with your queen, either I take your queen, or it's checkmate. It's that simple. I think.
And for the first time in I don't know how long, maybe ever, Esam is the one low on time.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. God damn.
This is the moment.
All right, this is the moment. He has to mate here.
Figure it out, bitch.
Once again, we are in the zone where we just cannot throw.
Oh, he has bars as well. Rustage and Gigguk collab win. You know, I did a bit of rapping and poetry in high school as well. I got some bars, although they won't be exposed here, but definitely got some bars.
Fine, let's trade.
Look at that.
Ooh. Yeah, took him back a natural move, and then I guess the natural recapture with the rook.
Oh, feels bad, man. Oh, I had checkmate. Did I? Did I have checkmate? I don't know. Let's just take his pieces for now.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't work it out and you're low on time, we always say just go for a plan that you know is simple enough to work.
Right.
I think it's over. Well done, Esam. You played really, really well today.
Right?
You played really, really well.
Shit.
But
For that, no.
wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. The protagonist rises again. The protagonist rises once again.
It's over. Gigguk retains the title. He is the tournament arc champion again. Let's listen in one more time here.
All I can say is, obey me, subjects. Obey me, world. Thank you very much for tuning in to another Tournament Talk 2. I'll see you all next time.
What a way to sign off. Wow. That's it. The tournament arc is over. Gigguk wins. He is the champion. JT, what can you say about that? That last game? This whole tournament? Everything.
I mean, okay, so let's tackle the last game. The last game was intense. Like, it was just constant attacking, and it was just one mistake. You're letting, the bishop attack your knight, and with that pin, and he followed up with PP on the PP, and he just made it work. He just made it work. And it was a tough position. It was a tough position to hold because the kingside was broken. But Esam did his very best in blocking and putting the knight on g4, putting the rook on g3, really trying to hold. And it was up to Gigguk to find all the right moves, and he did. So it was great play from both of them. I can't wait to see a redemption match between Esam and Gigguk, because honestly, Esam played great chess throughout the whole tournament. It was amazing chess. And wow, I'm really proud of the way Esam played. He's wow, it's just so amazing. But I taught Gigguk, so yeah, I'll take some credit. Thanks, bye.
Cool. Well, I'll also take a break to fix my camera, and we'll be right back with the players. See you in a sec, y'all. are here with the players. Esam takes second place, and Gigguk, you retained your title as Tournament Arc Champion.
Once again, I will say today's Connor's birthday, so it was meant to be his redemption arc, but I got the dub for you, Connor. I avenged you in true fashion. It's now set the stage for him to take Tournament Arc 3. He's just playing the long game. But yeah, I mean, I'm obviously happy to have another win. This one was, I'd even say, a lot harder than the previous Tournament Arc, because I feel like last time I only had to play really, really well against the last game against Connor. I needed to be on my A game for so many matches and so many games, and so many games came down to the wire. It was tense, and I can't wait for like what comes next, basically.
Yeah, and before we get into all that, JT, really, I think we'd love to look at that situation with the players now in that last game, that all these ideas here. So you want to take us through some of that?
There was so much.
Sure. So there was on queen to f1 on stream. I was like, I hope that he sees this because it's an amazing tactic. Right. And here you played rook g to h7, which is a great move. Not discounting that, but there's an even better move, bishop to g1, and everything starts undefending. And if queen takes, rook takes mate.
Oh, I
blocked my movement.
Yeah, I did not. I mean, like, I kind of knew that there must have been a checkmate pattern somewhere here, somewhere. Unfortunately, I just couldn't see it because it was a high pressure game, and I've never been in this position before. So I'm just like, okay, let's just play it safe and just do something safe and take material when I can, but know that if I have a checkmate, I'll take it, because I'm really hard at seeing checkmate if I don't have a queen on board. So maybe one day I will sack the queen for an epic checkmate. It would have been amazing if I could have done it in the tournament arc finals for like the first time. But yeah, I mean, I just went for the slow and steady method, and just slowly, basically, just kind of just knocking on the door until he let me in, basically.
You kind of you forced your way in. It wasn't really me letting you in.
Maybe for the next lesson that we have on stream for Tournament Arc 3, we'll do queen sacrifice checkmates.
All right. Yeah.
Ironically, like for the first couple of moves during the attack, I was fairly comfortable, and then at some point I was like mapping out like, oh, I'm like gonna like move my king back and kind of get away from it, and then I saw the fact that the bishop on b6 was blocking my movement, so I literally couldn't move to the left, and I was like, oh, I think I lose. I was like, I think I just lose here, or I lose like way more material, and then you end up checkmating me anyway. Like I really wanted to, whatchamacallit, like get my rook into it, be able to like open up my bishop to come backwards. I mean, that wouldn't have ended up helping based on like the lines. Yeah. But it was unfortunate for, I mean, I just like lays around in it a little too much, and maybe I castle a little too early, but I mean, castling early is normally fine. It's just then I think the big thing was letting him get his knight to d4, because if I pushed the bishop out before that, it wouldn't have led to me having to take with the g-pawn.
Yeah.
And then that basically started everything.
Yeah, because I noticed we had like the exact same like kind of like intro pattern or like opening pattern.
Yeah.
And then because you castled, I had one, I saw that you castled early, and I knew because of that I had one move on you, because we were both pinning the knight to the queen. So I was like, okay, I've got one move on him. I can literally get the knight to d1 because you castled, and it was only because you castled that I was able to do that. And from there, it was just a really good position for me. And in true like Gigguk monkey brain fashion, I don't know, I just like I'm just going all attack now. And basically that's I just tried not to give you like a single move to breathe. That's all.
The one sad thing for me, like the entire set, because overall, like I'm pretty happy with how I played. You played amazing. I did a Rustage move where I clicked the queen, was doing other stuff, and then I clicked a different spot. I think it was when I moved my queen from like, let's see, if the board's backwards from d8 to e8, randomly in the middle of my defense, which like didn't do anything, and I was just like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But it was still rough besides that. Like I think I was already losing when I did my analysis. It just changed my plan and my comfort.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I feel like it was a tough position to be in because I was always on the attack, and I think just having it was the bishop and the knight on which square was the knight on. It was like on a square where you couldn't chase it off, so it was like two really annoying pieces that you couldn't chase off, and that just allowed me to get my rooks and my queens in position. I kind of just, as you said, forced my way in. Just like it.
You really did.
Yeah, I was just like screaming, "Let me in! Let me in!"
Yeah, the whatchamacallit gif.
Yeah.
So, Gigguk, we got a chance to ask Esam in the post-match interview after the match before yours if he had prepared to play you today in the case that he defeated Rustage. So I want to ask you the same question. Did you prepare against Esam? Did you look up any of his games or anything like that? Or
not so much looked at his games. I've just seen that he's played the same opening as Black every time. So I looked because I'd already beaten him twice when he played the opening in our games, even though I feel like there was some opportunity that I let him back in. So I went over the openings in my games against him just to make sure that it was a bit more solid. And I feel like he also did different things as well. Like he didn't let me push my pawn to h5 immediately, which was his biggest mistake. But I also like I pushed the pawn. I can't remember on which square, but I pushed the pawn.
I think the G pawn, and you kind of made it awkward anyway.
Yeah, to stop his knight from getting into my back ranks, which is what he was doing in my games against him the first time. And then from then on, it was kind of just uncharted territory. And I looked at the analysis. And it was an interesting analysis because I thought I was making good moves. I really wasn't, and there was, I gave him a chance to get back in. But I mean, the lines that if he had played some of the lines to get back into that game, he would have been playing God mode. And because I did not see some of the lines that the computer was saying, so he would have definitely deserved to win if he had played those lines.
The computer lies to us 1100s. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly right.
That was hard.
I honestly want to say that it was amazing chess overall, and it was just like, wow, this I never thought I would see this level of chess at Tournament Arc 2. And why aren't you guys like at the World Championship? Like this was such an exciting game, just to commentate. It was great.
I still have a long way to go. It's nowhere near where I want to be right now. But hopefully I improved since last tournament arc. So hopefully next tournament arc I'll be completely unstoppable. Hopefully.
You already won. How much more unstoppable do you have to get? God.
I mean,
let him get on with it.
I'm just like glad now that I can just take my mind off chess for a bit, because that's exactly what I did in last tournament talk. What happened is I just stopped playing chess for a while, and then I'm just like, you know what? Chess is pretty fun when it's like zero pressure. Maybe I should start playing it again. And so I'm maybe going to do the same thing for the next tournament talk.
Well, Esam, you take second place, and I have to say, you put up not just an amazing fight in this final battle, you put up an amazing fight with Gigguk previously in the event, and you also defeated so many more opponents than anyone to get to the grand final. So I think you deserve a lot of praise, and you gave us one half of the best final we could have possibly asked for. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Technically, I was thinking about the bracket. Basically, mine and Gigguk's like hard matches were the same because we both had to play Sea Dog, each other, and then Rustage. But I had Sajam, and obviously I also had Tectone, which was an awkward game because of the hippo. But it was fun. I'm glad that all three of the like me, Grant, Sea Dog were able to play each other because that was super fun. Like overall, I think those are my favorite matches. Of course, no offense to anyone else. Just it was fun. That was hella difficult. And as Gigguk or Chad is saying, Garnt, I don't know why they're misspelling your name on purpose. But I'm going to chill from chess for a little bit because it is so mentally exhausting, and I'm just going to press some buttons with Pikachu, and I can chill with that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm just going to go back to watching anime like I always do.
And I will watch your videos like I always do.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm now I want to see you play some Smash. Honestly, it's maybe you can teach me Smash. I'm down. I absolutely suck.
Oh.
I get trounced in Smash every time, so maybe I could do with some pointers on Smash.
I'm down. Well, we got each other's Discord, so
yeah,
I'm down.
I think everybody
touching Smash.
Everybody wants to see this.
I want to see some more anime, like some more anime and Smash. I actually got this just in case we got into the second match, but we didn't. So it was the Akatsuki like kind of cloak.
The Akatsuki, right?
Well, Gigguk,
now.
You've won the whole thing, man. And are you going to defend your title again if we have a Tournament Arc 3?
Of course. The protagonist will always have to return. I'm not even sure if I am the protagonist anymore. I think I've kind of evolved into maybe the anti-hero in this one. Who knows? I don't even know. I guess the community will decide what my role for the next one will be. But yeah, of course, I'll be back to defend once again.
And I hope to challenge you.
Yeah, I'm up for it. This was like, now that it's over, I'm just like, that was so much fun. Not fun when I was playing, but it was so fun looking back on it now.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like feelings like after a tournament, because I mean, I've gotten second at plenty of majors, and I'm just like, even though I got second, I think overall that was very fun and cool. Wish I won, but that was fun. And this is the same.
It was the friends we made along the way. Come on, that's what it is now, guys.
Our Nakama.
Bring it back. We made new Nakama today.
Well, JT, any parting thoughts for the players before we let them go?
Yeah, I want to join. I want to play Smash with you guys. I love playing Smash.
Yeah,
the connection's gonna be awful.
Let's go. 2v1, me, Gigguk versus. Let's go versus Esam.
This is starting to sound like the beginnings of a tournament. Just putting that out there.
I will never trust Nintendo's netcode with USA to Japan. It is not the same as chess. That is not possible.
So we just have to do it in Japan.
Fly me out. Fuck it.
Basically, yeah. I don't think latency matters so much in chess. Definitely matters in Smash, though.
All right. Well, you heard it here, guys. And once again, thank you to both of you for giving us the event that we absolutely wanted. We will maybe see you guys again next season. And congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
Pleasure being here too.
Bye, guys. And that's it. Tournament Arc 2 is done. Gigguk wins. And man, I mean, we had so many people rooting for so many different storylines. We had the Gigguk fans, the returning champion. We had the Redemption Arc folks rooting for Connor. We had the FGC folks' hopes riding on Esam as he continued through the tournament. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, there's Ollie, right? Can't forget about Crazy Ollie, bringing a massive... a horde of zombie fans with her, creating some serious hype in the event. I mean, we had characters, we had craziness, and we had some of the best matches we could have asked for. JT, like, what is your summary of the event?
This is probably one of the best of chess events that I've ever seen, ever. This is probably the most hypest, the most dramatic, the best played event that I have ever witnessed. And all I want to ask you is, when is Tournament Arc 3?
I can
Put him on the spot, guys.
neither confirm nor deny that information. We'll see. You know what? Actually, I think it's up to the fans. Ultimately, you guys have to tell us whether you think Tournament Arc 3 is something that you just need in your future. And maybe the best way to do that is to hit us up on Twitter. You can tag me or JT or even Chess.com at Chess.com and let them know if you enjoyed Tournament Arc 2 and you want to see another season. I know I do. I'm sure JT does. The other players do. And Dude, we're at the point now where we have to say the last bit that we're gonna get to say to everyone before, I don't know what, before the after party. But before that, let's let's say what we want to say. JT, what I want to say to you is there are only a few people that I would have just not done this without, right? Obviously, Sea-Dog and Gigguk have to come back, right, for there to even be a storyline that is worthy of a tournament arc too. But I also, dude, would not have done this without you. Seriously, this event would just not be what it is without your presence, your amazing commentary, your jokes, your character, your anime, and your Japanese. So seriously, dude, I owe you so much for being my partner in all this.
Wow. So basically, it's all me. No, I'm kidding. No, I really like enjoy commentating with you. It's so great. You do all the production, and it's seamless. You're doing commentary and production, guys. Like, don't get it twisted. He's doing everything here. I'm just sitting here looking pretty, and he's just like, he's making the magic happen. On top of that, thank you to everybody who made this happen here at Chess.com and all the contestants. Thank you so much for giving us your time and meeting with us and just interacting with us. You definitely are part of the chess community, and just remember that. I hope to see you playing chess. And if you ever need anything chess-wise or anything, a friend, I'm one Discord message away. Thank you to all the fans who followed us, who were in the chat, who were just, keg Wing all the time. Thank you so much to everyone that you told, and everybody who just followed on Twitter, and just everybody who made this possible and kind of like helps us get another tournament arc, down the line, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. So again, thank you to everybody. Thank you to my partner JT, to the players, to the Chess.com staff, to the mods, to Danny Wrench for saying yes to the prize fund. And of course, to you, the fans, for keeping the hype going on social media, being in the chat, watching the event, rooting for your favorite players, and yeah, I don't know what else to say except thank you so much for everything. And that's it. Tournament Arc 2 is done, and we'll see you around, guys. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
I'll see you at the after party, guys. Take care. Have some more drama over there.